This week's Coach Woodman Show is brought to you by the Times West Virginian. The Coach Woodman Show will be on timeswv.com every Wednesday before Fairmont State football games. All right, Coach, first game obviously coming up on the schedule. Describe the feel in the locker room for you guys to get ready to start hitting someone else other than each other.
Yeah, we're excited. The guys are ready to get out there and run around. I'm excited. I'm ready to put the game day stuff on and watch my guys play and, like you said, not hit each other, kind of take it out on the other team for a little while. And I think more importantly, I'm excited about gauging where our team is, trying to figure out if we're doing the right thing and if we're making improvement. I think that's what I'm looking forward to finding out more than anything. But I know that the buzz around town is pretty excited, and we're excited to be out there. Should be a good crowd, a good atmosphere, so it should be a lot of fun.
What do you see out of a team like West Virginia State coming in as far as what they bring to the table? I know their defense was pretty good last year.
Yeah.
What do you see out of them?
Like you said, they had a pretty good defense last year, and they did a good job recruiting defensive linemen in the offseason this year. So we're expecting to be a really good challenge up front for us offensively, and we're going to have to play well, and we're going to have to be balanced. And like I always say, you have to be able to run the ball in order to throw it. So that's going to be a challenge for us, we think. We've got to be ready for that. And offensively, they have a couple weapons here and there that are very dangerous at all times. The quarterback's going into his second year is very good last year as a freshman. They got one of the top receivers in the league, a couple good backs that they can hand the ball to anytime. So we expect them to be balanced on offense and come out, and they're going to be well prepared. John does a great job with those guys early in the season, especially. They're going to be prepared. They're going to execute, and we're just going to have to play.
As far as you guys go offensively, all you've been talking about all summer is kind of getting Cooper a little bit more matured in the way he leads things. How do you think he's faring so far as week one goes?
He's done really good. He's he's improved very much. He has done everything I've asked him to do, and I think not just on the field, but the way that he carries himself is something that it's hard to teach that. You kind of just have to grow up and do it, and he's starting to do that. I think the guys around him see it. I know we see it as coaches, and now it's time to get out there and play. It's hard to be a leader when you're not successful on the field. So he's done that part. Now we just got to get out there and play and have fun.
Sure. As far as labels go for guys, obviously Fabian and Marcus have gotten some preseason honors, things like that. Do you think they've been able to kind of shrug those off and just kind of look past those as far as preparing for the season goes, or?
Yeah, we don't really let them think
Sure.
about it. We take it out of them ourselves, and those guys aren't that kind of person. They're not that type of person to begin with. So it wasn't hard. It's not something that we worry about. I think that if you had both of them here and you asked them the same question, they would be more worried about their team being successful, and that's more important to them. So that hasn't played a factor in anything we've done.
Sure. Is it good to have guys like that on both sides of the ball for you as far as the top tier talent goes for this team?
Oh, absolutely. You have to have good players, and they deserve the recognition they get, but as a team we're improving. They know that, and they can't do it alone. They know that, so it'll be fine. It'll be good.
You look back at last year's season opener and just pretty much a shootout between you guys. It was a very high-scoring game. Cooper and Fabian both set some school marks and things like that. Going into this week's season opener, how important is it going to be to get off to a fast start like you did last year?
Well, I think we struggled all year with starting games slow. It wasn't just that game. All year long we struggled at the beginning of games. We've done a better job preparing it staff-wise, getting ready to come off the bus, ready to play, and I think that'll be key. But it's going to be key every week for us to get off and play fast from the get-go. So it won't be any different this week than it is the rest of the season, but it is going to be key.
How important is it for you guys from a confidence standpoint to start out week one with 1-0?
Well, every win's important, especially in this conference. You have to play every week. You're going to be competing every week, so any win's important. I think here at home, it's going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot of people, so it's obviously going to be good to come out and play. But win or lose, we got 9 more games, so we're not throwing all our eggs in this basket just yet. We're going to come out, and we're going to do what we can and give everything we got and if that's good enough and we do that and we win, then great. But if we don't, we lose, we go to next week. It's either way. But this game isn't our season. This is just the first one, and either way, we'll keep playing. But obviously, any win would be important for us.
For you guys, last year I asked you for every preview keys to the game. This year, what do you think your keys to the game are for West Virginia State for Week 1?
Well, I think obviously you got to come out and you got to play fast early, like we just talked about. You got to take care of the football. You got to eliminate penalties. Same thing I say every week. Take care of the ball, eliminate penalties. But we got to be ready to adjust, to make adjustments. First game of the year is always a little tricky. You're not sure exactly what the other team's doing. So you got to be able to kind of change things on the fly and be sound against everything until you figure it out. Then you got to make adjustments and go from there. But I think that taking care of the ball. Controlling penalties in that situation, especially early on in the season, is going to be key.
This week's Coach Woodman Show is brought to you by the Times West Virginian. The Coach Woodman Show will be on timeswv.com every Wednesday before Fairmont State football games.